And we are rocking and rolling. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, traders. Good morning, spectators, haters, and lovers. No, I'm just kidding. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing good today. Hope you're ready for some great trades. As we see, guys, last night we had some bearish momentum, taking out some strong demand zones down here. However, we were able to make our way back higher since then. And 8:30 came around. We could see if we had any economic news today. Today's Friday, June 20th, nothing of high importance. And if we check our less important ones, we do have CB leading index. And nope, nothing too important today, guys. So it's a news-free day today. Take a look at our market sentiment for today, see if anything's changed. Take a look right here. This is the ES, the S&P 500 futures remaining largely unchanged today as markets digested hawkish remarks from Fed Chair Powell, who highlighted inflation risks and economic uncertainty. So guys, here's that economic uncertainty we always look for when it comes to looking at market consistency, right, where it comes to trends, or if we want to invest in something like gold. Tempering expectations for monetary easing, early optimism for potentially de-escalating in the Israel-Iran conflict faded, and mixed cooperative earnings and sector-specific pressures, yada yada yada. So that's ES. Let's do your recap. If I do your recap, it breaks down the market in total and my few favorites that I like to watch. Kylie, now I know I see CB leading index. I don't think that's going to have that big of an impact on us at 10. We'll keep an eye on it and just double check and see. Yo, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Market is slightly bearish. Global markets witnessed heightened volatility driven by geopolitical tensions and central bank policies, right? A lot of central banks, talking globally, have had big changes lately. US is not one of them. The dollar is set for a weekly rise as the Middle East conflict spurred safe haven demand. Again, safe haven becomes gold. So what I might look for today, guys, is I might look to see if gold wants to find some support somewhere. Because right now, gold on the daily time frame, we'll check it out. We took previous day low out. We can mark out our open price. So I'd like to see if maybe gold does want to find some support over here. If gold could find some support, that would be ideal. Let's mark this out with our rectangle tool. I'm gonna make this green. This is our last area where we sort of based and held. So that could be a point that I'm looking at. We can look at the 4-hour time frame. Good morning, everybody. Delete this broken supply zone's no longer relevant. This blue zone's no longer relevant. Hold up. No, not too strong. I will keep this green zone because we're currently respecting it, but let's knock it down to some lower time frames too, just to make sure we're not missing anything down over here, like a 4-hour or something. This zone, I think this was our daily, so this was our daily zone we had. We do have a small 4-hour demand right here, and that's sort of the basing. This one, I'm going to make this blue for now because I do want to look on other time frames to see if we have anything a bit more consistent. Live chat is currently unavailable for YouTube. That's weird. See if we get that up and going. YouTube guys, let me know if you could hear and or see everything okay. Discord, hope you guys are doing well today too. So let's see, 3-hour, 2-hour, and 1-hour. Right now I'm just looking over here for a demand zone. If I don't see a demand zone, then I'm going to go look for some new supply zones. So I do see this was our blue zone. This was our 4-hour. I'm actually going to make this our 1-hour now, because it looks a little bit cleaner on the 1-hour. So 33.51 on gold. We can pull a book map and see if gold has any price levels there. Look at this, 33.50. 33.50. A lot of buyers around 33.50. That's right in my demand zone. So I'm going to add my alert. We're going to keep an eye on that. Let's see. 33.50. This is gold. Previous day low, open price. If we could find some support down here, make our way back towards that open price, and we look at our past few days, we see that we have been trying to pull back. However, we might try to base and create a higher low. So we've got a few things going on here that I want to be aware of. Overall, because of the whole safe haven situation, bars, most likely going to be waiting for some type of longs on gold. So let's see. So we'll put this here. Look at this, guys. All right, we can do our write-up with Market AI now, and say, okay, look, we want to see if we want to find some buying pressure on gold around that 33.50 area, and could look to target for a rally. Because again, we're looking to see if we can rally from the, what's it called? We want to see if we could rally from a demand zone because we're in, again, safe haven territory because of the whole economic output that's going on right now. Outlook, not output. Grab a quick screen grab of this, do our write-up, and that's what we're sort of focused on today a little bit. So let's mark this up. We'll do a quick little write-up. We'll look at our support, resistance, and our key levels. Go to watch list. Paste our screenshot, gold, GC, XAU USD, so gold has been in a downtrend for the past 4 or 5 trading sessions. However, because of the uncertainty in the economy and in the global economy, a lot of people are going to be rushing to a safe haven like gold, period. So I'd like to see if we could find some support on gold around 33.50. On Bookmap, it showed there were a lot of passive buyers. Right, so I'm giving a breakdown, I'm giving an outlook, I'm saying what I see. I'd like to see. Okay. Alright, we're just about done with our write-up here, guys. And then, guys, once we're done with gold, we'll get into the ES, we'll get into the NQ, we'll get into some crude oil, and we'll see what's going on with them as well. Because crude oil has also, look at this beautiful range we're in. We're finding sellers at the highs right near the supply zone right here. And then we're also finding buyers near support. So we can keep an eye on oil as well. What we'll be doing today, guys, we'll probably be keeping an eye on oil and gold to see which one has the best volatility due to all of that uncertainty going on in the Middle East. But we do want to keep an eye on we'll keep Market AI up, and the reason for that is because I want to keep an eye on the headlines, and the headlines are very important. This is where we might get a strong headline that the market reacts to. So something I'll mention, guys, on gold, right? So I would like to see if we can find support on gold around 33.50. However, if there are no present buyers, like there hasn't been for the past, 4 trading days now? We'll see. We started selling off up here. This was on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday was the holiday. So if there are no present buyers, we haven't seen any all week. It's been a slow grind lower. I will not take any positions on gold. Alright, so that's sort of what I'm looking for, guys, when it comes to gold today. Let's see, we grab a quick screen, quick copy and paste on that, get that on out there. And that is gold. Get it? That's gold. Alright, let's see. So that's gold. Take a look at oil now, see what's going on in the oil markets. Now, oil's a very, very good one to trade lately, especially because of the whole Middle East and the war going on. It causes a lot of volatility, which as day traders, volatility is the best. So let's take a look. Let's see if we could find Guys, give me half a second. I just want to post that on out there. Just 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get back to our regularly scheduled program. Alright. Trade with Kev, trading with Kev. Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Hope you guys are ready for a great trading day. I'm gonna just get this post on out there, guys, and then we are rocking and rolling. So futures, Forex, gold, GC, XAU, USD. All right, guys, cool. We're cooking. Beautiful. Let's see, anything new? Nope, nothing new right there. We're gonna get this smaller for now. We have Bookmap right here. Let's take a look at now some oil charts, find some levels, find that trend. And first thing I see, guys, is we took out that previous day high on oil. We're starting to squeeze. We're really squeezing against the supply zone. So you guys see this green supply zone? I know supply zone should be red, so we're gonna make that red. But we see that we've rejected this area on the daily so many times. This is a major area of resistance, and every time we reject it, we get a strong move coming from it, right? Very strong move. Now, this time, we're up in this zone for the 4th time now. Now, the more often we hit a price level, an area of resistance, the more liquidity and the more volume we're drawing from it, which means the weaker it gets. So the weaker it gets, we really want to be careful and say, okay, well, if we're getting weaker and we keep hitting the zone over and over again, well, then guess what? There's a good chance that we might break it this time. We're grabbing all this volume from it. We might break it. So I have my previous day high marked out. I'm going to mark out my previous day low too. And I'm looking for a break on oil to the upside, but I don't really want to be the first one to try to buy down here because we have been range bound. Do have a little bit of a 2-hour supply right here too. We're going to delete this zone. We're going to delete any old supply or demand zones. We don't want any old zones or old levels on our chart. Let's see, like this 30-minute demand, this blue zone right here, like we're just deleting things we no longer need. This was a bookmap level. This is also a key psychological level, so I'll get rid of the text on that. That's 72 even. That next level, that was 71 even. So I would assume also, right, so that would mean, or that would tell me at least, that, hey, we're respecting key psychological levels. Let's make a copy of this, and let's mark out that 73 even. Now our 73 even lines up right with our open price. So again, I'm sort of seeing things line up on oil for some potential longs, but I do want to see if we could get back above that previous day high. So there's a few things I would look for on oil today. And essentially what I'm really looking for is a break of this previous day high and see if we could find some good momentum higher. Take a look at Bookmap, take a look at crude oil, see what's going on. YouTube guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Let's see. I'm going to turn off our absorption indicator because we don't really use that too much. We could turn on large lot tracker, but they have a large trade alerts, and you could turn off the sound on it and keep it so it pops up. So every time there's a large trade of, let's just say even two contracts on oil, right, which it should pop up pretty quickly, I would assume. We could test it.
Example, trade CLQ59.
There you go. There's a bunch of twos. But we'd want to look for something heavier, right? So 2 lot, 2 lot, 2 lot, 4 lot. We'll have those pop up all over the place. So let's make it like a 8. 8, apply. And now we can look to see if any 8s pop up, right? And we could sort of do this across ES, gold, all these different tickers with bookmap so that, hey, listen, if we get an aggressive buyer on gold, I want to be aware of it. There we go. There's a 10 lot buy on crude oil right there. Right at this price level, somebody bought 10 lots of crude oil. My cat's freaking out right now. Every morning, man. Every morning with these old dudes. Oh, wow. Aggressive on oil right there. A lot of buying pressure just hit. A lot of volume. Let's see. CVD. Look at the CVD spiked with it. Where'd we go? There we are. Looking at the 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame. I mean, I'd like to see these hold long. We see a big buyer came in there. But if this buyer gets absorbed, there is a good chance we want to pull back towards that 73 even level. If we come back to 73 even, I'll look to see if we want to fill a passive bid or a strong buyer. Yo, good morning, Kevin. Guys, give me a half a sec just to make sure everything's all right. Stop. Come on. Alright, we're rocking and rolling. We're rocking and rolling, rolling and rocking. Let's see. Let's turn that off on oil, just so it's not keep popping up for us. And what we'll do is we saw gold. We saw what we're looking for on gold. Let's add that alert. I almost forgot to add the alert. Oil, I also want to add the alert up here. Now, guys, what I also want to look for on oil is possibly an area that we could turn into a flip zone. So here's where we get our entries, guys. So here we have a 15-minute basing candle. From here, we had a rejection. And since then, we have rejected this area as resistance. And if we pull back to the left, resistance, 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 resistance. So if we could get above the 74.10 to about 74.27 area, I would look for a retest of this, and this would help me with my long position because then we would also be getting back above that previous day high, and I could look for us to target our pre-market highs, which are right up here. So let's mark out our pre-market highs, PMH, pre-market highs. We can mark it with a PDH and then just edit it. PMH, pre-market high. And that could be our target on oil. This looks like a really clean setup here on oil if we could find some good buying pressure. Now, I do want to see, though, also, do we have any, let's see, where would we see oil? Not currencies, probably not equities either. Currencies then maybe? I should ask him, I should tell him to make a future slot. What do you guys think? Let's see, Trump schedule risk probabilities score 25. Here are the events for today. Trump events are routine presidential activities, a national security meeting closed to the press, travel to Bedminster, and closed press dinner. Only the departure in open press. With no rallies or major policy actions resulting in a low volatility potential. That doesn't mean he can't tweet. So let's see, let's get rid of this. United States, apply. Medium and high. And today is the 18th. No, today's the 20th. And we don't really have much again today. We have 11, it says, Fed Monetary Policy Report at 11 a.m. Eastern. Other than that, we really don't have too much going on today. Is it not letting me scroll? Oh, here we go. Let's see. My tab's too big, apparently. That's always fun. British police arrest 6 men on suspicion of grievously bodily harm near Iranian embassy. That's nothing that would impact our market. What would impact our market is something Israel and Iran war related, right? So things like that. Exclusive earlier this week on blah, blah, blah. Like, this is not something that would really move us. So we'll keep an eye, guys. We'll keep things. I'm going to move this to my left over here, so it's on another screen, but I can at least keep an eye on it. Putin says Russia's economy is growing not only thanks to military complex. Really not too much going on there. I'm not taking oil down here. I'd maybe consider 72.39. 72.39. Look at 72 even, guys, right here. 72 even. 82 lots sitting there to get filled for buys. It's right below that demand zone. So the setups we're waiting for on oil really require us to wait. Friday after close, going to be something crazy happening, I'm guessing. Why do you think that? Yo, Laleo, are you like a government spy, man? You've been saying some stuff that's like random and on the nose lately. Let's see, GC. Let's take a look at Platinum too. Platinum was another one that I like to watch, just recently, really. Could take a look at it on the daily time frame. Any news? Putin, our task is to switch economy to balanced growth. Okay, again, nothing too major right now, economic-wise. Look at the daily time frame here, guys, on Platinum. So we took out previous day high, and we're pretty close to previous day low. So there's our previous day high. Here's our previous day low. So what I would look to see is if we took out that previous day high, I would really want to see us take out that previous day low and find support underneath it. So let's see if we have any demand zones. I have a little bit of a 4-hour right here where we have our basing candle near a low. We have our impulse move. Continuation was sort of choppy, so we'll keep an eye on that. Make this our demand. D1 hour. We could also look at this might be a 6-hour zone right here. So I'll let you guys know. Let me just mark this out as a 4-hour first. Let's see 6-hour. A little bit. What I'll do, guys, is because you guys see how the 4-hour marks up a few more points above the 6-hour, but it doesn't mark all the way to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust just the bottom of it so it reaches that pivot low. So this is my area that I would want to find some support on Platinum. If we check our book map, we could look to see if we do have any passive buyers. And right now, look how light the book is on Platinum right here. Very light, very low volume, so probably not going to be taking that Platinum trade. Platinum's currently selling off pre-market too, so we're really not going to be focusing on Platinum. We can take a look at Silver's got a little more strength than the rest. Check it out how Silver's making a higher low, much higher than GC and Platinum are. Let's see. So we'll keep gold up on the big screen. We'll keep gold up right there. Oil. Oh, oil. Hold up. This might be an oil entry off of that open price, guys. We just dipped into that 73 even level that I had marked out. Yeah, I would consider a long here on oil with the stop at the low we just created off of that 73 even and that book map level. Just ran in, grabbed a quick manipulation leg, see if we want to continue higher from this point. ES and NQ. Guys, markets open in 30 minutes. 30 minutes till markets open. So let's take a look. We'll take a look at ES and NQ, see where we're currently trading at. Previous day high, previous day low, all that stuff. Previous day low, previous day high. Open price. Okay, there's our 3 main levels, and now we can look for our supply and demand zones. So right away, guys, I see that we have a 4-hour supply zone, and a very clean one at that on ES right here. I'm going to mark this out as supply. We're going to mark this with our S 4-hour. And the reason for that is because look at the basing we had here on the 4-hour time frame. We'll turn drawings off for a moment. Our basing candle. Strong move to the downside, good continuation. So this looks okay. The only issue I currently see with this possible setup is that we're just kind of creating a demand zone here on the 4-hour. but that hasn't formed yet. We haven't closed yet. I want to check these demand zones down here that we broke. Now, we broke these, however, we broke them overnight, and a lot of times when we break these zones overnight, I usually keep them throughout the day. I think I do want to delete them just for now. I don't find them relevant at the moment. And we'll see. We'll see if sellers do want to step in here. There you go, guys. Oil's doing good right there. Gave you guys that potential entry off of 73 even. 73.12 was when I said I'd look for longs, holding that low. And now we have a very nice move. So that doesn't mean, oh, well, you missed that entry, no more trades on oil. No, because remember, guys, that original trade setup was a break above this area. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to mark out this as a blue zone. So I know it's different from the others. I don't already have a bunch of supply zones here. So that's a zone I'm going to be keeping an eye on. There we go. Wow, oil, a nice reaction. Here, see, this would be something a bit more important news-wise. Plume of smoke seen rising from Israeli port city of Haifa. Reuters witness. And we could hit that little brain thing and it'll explain to us why is it important. See how it's doing its research, it's doing AI, it's doing its thing. Plume smoke rising from blah 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 signals a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict following Iranian missile strikes on Haifa's Basin oil refinery and power infrastructure. So again, guys, when we hear news and we hear that there's a war going on in the Middle East or against oil facilities, that usually brings us strong volatility to the upside on oil because oil prices will start to skyrocket if they're having inventory issues, which inventory issues will arise when we have, yes, when we have wars, when we have things going on those supply chains. So we came right up to this 73.50, 73.60 area. Look at this enormous pullback. This was all from that news I just showed you guys that came out, and then the market reversed from there. Now, I know I said usually that will bring buying pressure, but overall it brings volatility. So this could have just been our pullback. Look at this, guys. They're buying it back up like crazy. So we're just going to wait and see how oil wants to react there. ES and NQ slowly making their way higher as well. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ, see where NQ is trading at right now. Four hour. I'm hoping to see the same 4-hour supply zone, and I do. So here's that 4-hour supply. My only issue with this 4-hour supply zone here, guys, is that we do have another supply zone sitting right above it. And that supply zone that we're sitting right above, well, we rejected a few times, so it could be another key area that we want to get into. I will look to see how markets open. When the New York session opens, if we start to sell off right away, we are in a supply zone. I would be okay with taking a short position right at market open with some weakness. Other than that, let's take a look at ES on Bookmap. Looks like 60-60 is a pretty strong level. Take a look, 60-60. And we could even mark that out, 60-60 as our Bookmap level. Make it purple. And write some text on there. BML, Bookmap level. And that's a price point that I'm looking for because we have a lot of, I guess 59. It's 59 and then 60 as well, but we'll bring it down to 59. There we go. So that's our Bookmap level on ES. We also see we have our large lot tracker showing up about 40%, 30 to 40% of the way through of this 175 lots. So if it is 30%, that would mean about 40 to 50 of these orders is one trade. Gold's been very range bound. Don't really want to fight that trend. Let's see. Did oil get bought back up? It did. Beautiful. Israeli military says citizens can leave protected areas, signaling Iranian missile threat over. Okay. Okay, that's a pretty big headline right there. This headline indicates... Oh, wait. No, that's not the right one. So let's see how we break down this headline. The Israeli military announced that citizens can leave protected areas, signals a de-escalation of the immediate Iranian missile threat, reducing geopolitical risk premium in the region. Guys, this might be big. Let's copy that. Let's send that in the chat just so we're aware of it. The development likely calms markets that have been jittery due to potential broader conflict escalation between Israel and Iran, which had previously driven up oil prices, right? We were talking about that, and increased demand for safe haven assets. Again, gold and oil being heavily impacted by these types of events. In the current macroeconomic context, where inflation pressures are still prominent and central banks like the Fed are cautiously easing monetary policy, a reduction in Middle East tensions removes a major source of supply-side uncertainty in energy markets. This may lead to moderate declines in oil prices and region risks, favoring risk-on sentiment globally. So, however, the broader Iran-Israel conflict remains unresolved, which we know that. This just means there's a bit of a de-escalation. But this is interesting, guys. You guys heard it here first. Let's see. So oil, I would no longer be interested in oil. That news came out. I mean, we could still be holding this. Putin says recession and stagnant inflation, yada, yada, yada. Don't care what Putin has to say. Okay, we'll wait. We'll wait for the market to open. Really want to see where ES and NQ want to trade into. On the NASDAQ, we're in that supply zone. The next supply zone we have is 22,095, and that's about 65 points away. Let's take a look. Here's ES. Take a look at the NASDAQ. Look at how low the volume is here. Usually NASDAQ, we got a bunch of orange levels, it's covered. Right now, we really only have up here at 22,047.50 area. And look at this. We're going to zoom in. We're going to look at it. And I see 602 lots. But look at this, guys. This is wild right here. 602 lots. And it's like 100% of those lots is one order. That's wild on the NASDAQ. That makes me think that, hey, we might get close to that area. And if that person is spoofing us, they could pull that order, no problem. Let's take a quick screenshot of this. I like that. That's interesting. $602 lots on NQ sell side at 22,048-50. Might be a spoof if we get close and they pull orders. From one trade too. Ex-dividend day? On what? What you mean? Yo, what's up, Blue Devil Dan? What's going on, Brody? Good morning, good morning. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. Got the weighted index down here. Weighted index, I want to see where that is in relation to its previous session, and it's range bound again, so I'd like to see weighted index above and hold above. That would keep me on a bullish sentiment. Without that, we'll just have to see if we could pull back. Here comes ES trying to get towards that 60.59 area. So a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers up there as well. Make market great again. probably need a strong news line related to the Iran/Israel conflicts, including the U.S.'s stance. That's what I'd like to see. All right, cool. SPY, let's see. I don't think SPY does dividends, does it? It does. Look at that, ex-dividend day. Okay, we'd see how we react on those days. When's the last time we had one, and how did the market trade? Last time we had one was March 21st. So what we could do is we go to the 5-minute, and then what we could do is click this little button. We're going to do March 21st. Go. And that's going to bring us back to March 21st. Here it is, March 21st. And it looks like we were choppy in the morning, but we did find some grounds and push higher. Now we could look to see what that other day was. See another day where we had an ex-dividend. See if there's any type of trend when it comes to those days. Like, are they usually bullish? Are they usually bearish? Look, the last one also, this was December 20th. This one was also a bullish day. Let's see this one right here. On September 20th was also a bullish day, but it was pretty range bound, but that's because overall markets were range bound. And right now, guys, overall markets are range bound. So definitely want to be careful with that. Keep an eye. Now remember, I have this in supply, and I'm not a fan of taking longs inside supply because I know that recently that there were active sellers in this area. When I know that there were active sellers in a certain point, I don't want to go long the next time we reach there. I want to go short with those sellers. Alrighty. Oil trying to hold up. Now, essentially, even though that headline came in that things seem to be slowing down, I don't trust it entirely. I do believe that we do have some strength still to the upside. And look at this 30-minute candle right now. So our 30-minute candle, if we base right here, we have a new order block. And this might be our entry. We'll look for the 5-minute. To close somewhere up here, we want the 30-minute, which closes in 17 minutes, to close bullish. So we have our basing, 30-minute closes somewhere up here. Look for a 5-minute retrace, take that long, and look to see how that trade wants to pan out, depending on how the 30-minute wants to close. So let's take a quick screenshot of that. So really just keeping an eye, right? We're looking for the best possible setups. And I know that crude has been giving us the better setups because it's been having stronger volatility. Crude oil is possibly making a 30-minute order block. I will look for this current 30-minute. To close green. I'd like it to close. Let's take a look at Bookmap on oil. Get some more x-ray vision of it, right? Here's some big asks getting filled up here. 73.80 next possible target. 36 is where we want it to take our longs. It's right over here. So we'll see. To confirm this zone. Alright, cool. Good morning, everybody. News flow, nothing there. Gold, finding support. Now, guys, if gold finds support and it doesn't move into my demand zone and we just start sort of rallying from here, Again, gold being a safe haven, the globe, the economy giving us all this uncertainty, gold is sort of the place to go. I want to check gold though on the weekly time frame. Gold on the weekly, guys, has a major pullback. But remember, it's Friday. So because it's Friday, we have that opportunity, we have that chance to have a really strong rally on gold today. We could check Edgeful and see how strong is gold on Friday. So let's check Edgeful. And let's check our gold. I want to see gold, not gap fill. Nope. I want to see gold on performance by weekday. We're looking for performance by weekday. Perfect. Now I want to see also gold performance by weekday in the past 1 year, and I want to see it by weekday, by specific weekday, right? And we have that. So here's our weekday. Does it give us? Okay, it does give us our session. So let's look, we see, so here's gold on bullish days on Fridays, only an average of 0.37% to the upside. Let's see. And look, you could even compare it. So again, it's not the strongest on Fridays, however, we did take out that previous day high. That's pretty cool. So let's see previous days, green and red days by weekday, performance by weekday, and previous days range. There it is. Now what I'd like to see on previous days range is I want to go to the daily session because we took out previous day high on the daily session. We took it out overnight. We didn't take it out in the New York session yet. And I see on gold that, hey, guess what? We have a 70% chance of taking out that previous day high and closing green. So this is something I might want to look for. Now, we already had a really strong pullback, but we'd have to find some strength here. So let's delete this alert right now for now. And I'm going to delete this one for now too, just so it's off my screen. I'm going to grab a quick screenshot of that. And actually, this is the weekly time frame, right. So crude on the weekly, gold on the weekly. Let's go back to gold on the daily. Oh, gold didn't take out previous day high. It was on the weekly time frame. That's right. We took out previous day low, which gives us a 72% chance of closing red. See, this is why we take the time to sort of do our analysis pre-market, so we could catch these little mistakes we make during our analysis. And we're not trying to do it while markets are open and moving and we feel like we're trying to chase. So previous day low was broken. That's way more important. It's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. I like the way this 15 shot up like that. Some good volume came in towards these lows. 30-minute, anything, 45, 90, and 1 hour. 1 hour gave us a small basing candle here on gold. That might be something. Keep an eye. Right there. 2 hours, not closed yet. 3 hour, nope. 4 hour closes in 41 minutes. Guys, the 4 hour candle, quick little trick. The 4 hour candle closes at 10 a.m. Eastern, which is 30 minutes into the market open. That's why a lot of times we'll see that 10 o'clock reversal, because we'll get weakness towards the past 10-15 minutes of the 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock candle. Maybe we get a pullback because it's a new 4 o'clock candle, so we're pulling back for a manipulation leg before continuing. Whatever the case may be. Gold found some good strength here. Let's see gold on Bookmap. Yeah, look at that, guys. It had support down here, right near 33.60. A lot of strong support. We held it really well. Look at that. 33.59 was an amazing level that we held. 33.59. Right down over here. Keep an eye on oil. Again, oil, guys, is only going to be a trade setup if our 30-minute can close somewhere above. I'm going to mark out right over here. So I want our 30-minute to close somewhere over there, whether we're closed on that price level, above that price level. That's where I want to see oil close to give us this long entry on this 30-minute order block. Now, at the moment, we're pulling back into this 30-minute order block, but this isn't an order block until this candle forms, so this would not be our entry point. Let's take a look at our equities, guys. See what equities are doing right now. Within range. Above previous day high. Excuse me. Microsoft's above its previous day high. Apple's close to it. Tesla's close to it. Nvidia's close to it. Amazon is not. So we really do have some buying pressure. Meta's almost close to it. Meta's about $2 away from previous day high. So because equities are looking like they're trying to line up bullish, that does help me with a bit of a more bullish bias. However, I do also want to see equities on a higher time frame, in the sense that, are we at the top of our range on equities where we might have a pullback? Let's see, here is Meta. So yeah, check this out on Meta, guys. We had our basing candle here, supply area. I'm gonna mark this out. So when we're trading in here, I don't really want to look for longs, because guess what, guys? This is now the top of our range, and down here is about the bottom of our range. And this is on Meta. So I'd like to see us pull back from Meta and push back towards the bottom of our range. Alright, let's take a look and see now what are some other equities we could look at. There's Meta, there's Amazon. Same thing, guys. I had these purple levels for a while now. And it seems as though key levels at top of our support is our resistance, bottom is our support. Right now we're sort of in the middle right there. What about AMD? I don't really care. Nvidia. So Nvidia's got some buying pressure trying to squeeze. So Nvidia's the one that's really looking the strongest here. Guys, YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. I do appreciate you. So I'd like to see momentum and volume stepping on Nvidia here for a breakout. We can mark out this recent high, and we could sort of write it out. We could say we'll do eyes for bulls. Style, make it like a light blue, and that's the level I want to see Nvidia break above with strength, 146.18. If we could break above 146.18, I'd like to see us target 147.50, maybe even 150 even. That'd be a huge move. Everything is strong. Yep, guys, if equities are strong, and even though we have supply zones on ES and NQ, those supply zones don't mean jack diddly blank if we have strength in equities. Look at that. Microsoft just had a nice pump right there above its previous day high. Meta is so close to that previous day high. Same with Apple, Nvidia, Amazon also getting a little bit of strength behind it too. It's looking alright, guys. What's up, Charlie? Mike D, good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well today. Happy Friday, man. Missing Random this week. I think he's on vacation. Well deserved. I want to see NASDAQ's pumping up. Where was that price, that bookmap level on NASDAQ? Oh, I miss it? Did we pull it already? Yeah, guys, check it out. We had that 603 lots. And then as soon as price got close to it, let's see. Look at that, they pulled it. It was 603, price got close. They pulled it before price even got there. So that's pretty cool how we can use a large lot tracker. So check it, 603. And then when price got close, they pulled it. It's pretty cool. 603 lots, one trade. They pulled this before price got to it. It's a spoof order. Now I'm pretty sure spoofing is illegal, but what do I know? Why they pull those lots on NQ when it got up there? So it's spoofing, right? So they sort of try to trick or trap traders, right? So if you are using Bookmap, or let's say this would be more for people that are using something like a depth of market or a level 2, something like that, where they say, oh, okay, look, I'm looking at my level 2 and it says 603 lots at 22,049, 22,050. I'm going to take that short once NASDAQ gets up there, right? Once NASDAQ got up there, this is around, here's the 50s right here. Okay, NASDAQ got up there, but we got up there with strength and even volume starting to pick up too. So what happens is they say, oh, I'm going to pull my orders. I don't want to get short anymore. Or, guess what? I wanted retail to think I was going short here, and then we just blow right through it. Now we're coming back towards that 45 area, that 50 area. This might be a good area for a long position with a really tight stop loss. I'm talking like a 5-point stop loss here on NASDAQ, which is an amazing size of a stop loss. 10-point. Still a great stop loss. And that's off of that 48.50 area. That was an area of resistance. We pulled it. Now it might be support. Now the only thing is we pulled it so it wasn't really real resistance. So I'd really look to see if we could hit that 45 again. There's 45. So we can look to see how we react off of 45. And the only reason I'm not going to be taking this trade myself is because markets open in 5 minutes, and when markets open, we get a lot of extra volume coming in, and that's usually when we get our real moves. So there's that hold off of that 45, really great stuff. Markets are going to be opening soon with all the strength in equities. We might see a pop here at market open. So there was our potential entry there at that resistance that then became support. Love to see that on Bookmap. Gold rallying away. Again, love to see that too. Oil, not going to close where we want it to. Oil is not going to close where we want it to. Three minutes till oil close. Oil 30-minute close. Not getting order block. And that's why we don't jump the gun on those trades, guys. Markets open in 3 minutes. Come back to NASDAQ. Look at that great hold off of that level of resistance. Then became support. It's perfectly support. Close, not getting order block. Options expiration today. You expecting big swings? We'll see. Every Friday is an options expiration in the sense that we have weeklies expiring. What is today though? Today's only the 20th. I don't think we have quad witching this week, do we? Not today.
I've got witching.
It is quad witching, isn't it? Yep, okay, I was gonna say it's the third Friday, which is usually when it's held. Quad witching. Wow, guys, look at that NASDAQ. There's market open. Oh, market didn't even open. This is just NASDAQ going crazy off that level. Wow. That is insanity. I hope somebody here took that. That's crazy. That is something, man. Nice. Kyle killed it. There you go, Kyle. Kyle was long at 65. Oh, no. Target. Oh, he was long at 34. Nice. Nice, 34. You got in before my zone. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, we are in, guys. Check out yesterday's price action. NASDAQ rejected. This was a major area right here. So, depending on how market opens and how we react, if we can blow through this zone, I'll look for a new retrace into this zone to take longs. We do have our next price level at 22,154, which would take us 100 points from that original 45 entry. Oil not giving us that order block. We're deleting this. Gold with a nice little rally there. Found support. ES and NQ are the two we'll be keeping an eye on. Markets open in 50 seconds. Take a look at ES on Bookmap. We do have 60, 70 major level on ES, and there are no big, large lots there. So just a bunch of passive sellers in that supply zone. A lot of people, guys, are going to look at this pre-market and go, wow, we're so bullish. And they're going to hit that buy button when market opens. Might not be the best move. Done for the month, but we'll tape read with you guys. Yo, damn. Kyle, you say done for the month? It's the 20th. You still got time to make some more bread. Come on, 37? You got to get that up to 4. No, I'm just kidding. Don't be greedy. That's awesome, bro. That's crazy, dude. That's awesome. Congrats. Is that monthly goal hit? Dude, I give it back if I keep trading. That's right, that's right. All right, markets are open. We rejected supply. All those traders trying to catch and chase those longs at market open, getting swept. We did come back towards that 45 area of support on NASDAQ, which again could possibly be our entry. All right, let's see. ES hit a key level 60.52. This is where that supply zone start is. Now, every time, guys, we have a start of a supply or demand zone, the key level that I mark, that's a key level. So we have the zone, and then we have key levels that come with it. Wow, great support there. NASDAQ gave us a re-entry on that 45 perfectly at market open. That's absurd. But now we are near resistance. Guys, I'd expect some range-bound price action right now. Kyle, man, fantastic job. Be proud of yourself. Great job. Fantastic. Gold keeps going. Oil with some weakness. Got a little bit of a strong bid sitting here on NASDAQ, but we're pretty choppy right now. A great month after a really bad April, May. All right, listen, man, gotta come back. Gotta come back. Very good job. You know, if you wanted, again, this is just an idea, just a thought out there, right? Have yourself your regular funded account, your account you trade with, your account you take your profits from. And then, you know, if you hit your monthly goal like you did, and today's the 20th, and you got a whole nother week, maybe open a prop firm, right? Maybe open a Top Step or an Apex or something and say, okay, well now I could trade this one and not lose any of my profits from before. Give yourself just one account, so you're really only risking, like, if you're getting a 50K account with 80% off right now, it's $30. Boom. And now you could trade and not feel that FOMO that, oh my god, I should trade my real account. No, you're trading that one. If you get it funded, then guess what? Great. Now you can take some profits from it. I'd recommend for your situation going with Top Step because you could get funded a bit. I don't want to say quicker. You get funded in one day with Top Step and Apex, but you could take payouts a little bit quicker. You take payouts after, I want to say 4 or 5 trading days. It's been a little while since I used them. They're always updating their rules. But, yeah, no, it's great stuff. Definitely recommend that. And again, to keep you away from over trading your regular account. Really great stuff, Kyle, man. And A+ setups only. Now, guys, no trades here because we got resistance above, we got support below. We're squeezing at the moment. Gold continuing. Just gotta wait. Let's see if we got any economic updates, any news. Okay, Iranian foreign minister arrives at Genevieve venue for talks with European counterparts. Oh my god, UK lawmakers vote in favor for legalizing assisted dying. Okay. I think that's platinum then, right, guys? We go long in platinum for that? It's a wild headline, alright. I'm gonna tell you guys where my next trip is. Alright guys, I want to see how Nas reacts to the 22,100 level up here. We got a pretty strong ask up there, which is a passive seller. We did just reject supply on ES and NQ right now. So we're just going to wait. Weighted index took a little bit of a nosedive there too. So we're just going to wait for markets to sort of further develop. As we see, we have resistance up here. Pre-market was looking a little strong. But what happens when pre-market looks strong, all of these retail say, oh, I got to go long right now. And they get stopped because they don't know that there's a resistance point. So let's wait and see. I do want to see NASDAQ squeeze its way towards 22,100, so that's 20 points away right now. That's crazy. I like NASDAQ's got good strength. Remember, equities have been killing it. Look at equities right now, guys. Apple, new high day flying. Microsoft's popping like it's hot. NVIDIA had a nice rejection. Guys, right at my key level. Right at that 146.18, right? And that was a previous day high from a few days ago. So a lot of traders were looking to take this breakout trade. They might have initiated a long right above 146.18, got wicked out, stopped out, and now we might continue back higher again. There's that 22,100 on NASDAQ. Fantastic. Hey, good stuff. Good shiznit. Good stuff, Kyle, man. That's what trading's about too, guys. Getting that extra form of income, having it's not passive. But having multiple streams of income, not depending on just one job, not depending on just one work situation. All right, let's see. I want to see NASDAQ squeeze through higher, head towards that 22,130. There we go, guys. We got great volatility today to the upside. Apple new high day again. Microsoft's pulling back. NVIDIA's making its way towards that 146 level again. No way, bro. That's awesome. Dude, Kyle. Killer, guys. Big kudos. Big round of applause to Kyle. Paid off mine and my wife's car with just trading in the past 6 months. That is huge, guys. That is huge. That's sick. Very proud, man. Be proud of yourself. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes consistency to not give up. Yep, you got it. You got it, man. Gold continuing. Yeah, dude, that must feel good. Don't tell Uncle Sam. He'll want your money back. Yo, he'll take your car. No, I'm kidding. Alright, let's see, guys. NASDAQ looking good to the upside. Gold also looking good to the upside as well. Remember, we were looking for gold continuation higher because of the uncertainty in the globe right now. Guys, be careful. It is quad witching. I do believe it's quad witching. We'll look that up. When is quadruple witching? March, June, September, December. It's June, right? Yeah, so it's gotta be quad witching today. Nothing else going on headline-wise. So we're all right now when it comes to any news catalysts. Nothing that should really jump out on us. Looking for NAS to try to hold this 22,100 area. It is a key psychological level, so I know a lot of retail might be looking at it too. So we might break towards 22,090 first. I wanted to see us make our way towards 22,130 though, and I really wanted to see us break above this supply. Once we break above it, I'll look for a retest into it and use a supply zone, which is usually an area where I sell, to go long because I want to see buyers step in. Yo, good for you, bro. Kyle, man, what an achievement. Truly an accomplishment, an achievement, something to be proud of. A lot of traders, a lot of new traders, they only reason they fail is because they give up. Once you give up, that's when you're done. You keep going at it, and you got it. Hey, thank you, Kyle. I appreciate that. Bullishbrs had a huge impact on that. Appreciate that a lot. Always looking out. Always trying to look out for you guys. Help you guys become better, more sufficient traders. So you guys can make some profits, make some money, pay off your car, pay off your house, take care of things. You already know, guys. That is sick. There we go. ES, NQ popping like it's hot. NAS making new high a day. ES failed that new high a day. In supply, be a little careful right here. Boom, 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 boom. Weighted index looks alright. Gold with a very nice pop right there. Damn, look at that. Gold's doing great. And there's NASDAQ in towards a 21, 22, 130. Alright, let's see, guys. There we go. Come on, NASDAQ. Few points away from that 30 level. Looks like we're hitting it in just a moment. So close. It was about 3 points away. I'd be looking to buy dips on this, guys. Apple's ripping higher. Nvidia rejected that 146 level again, though. There we go. Come on. Wow. A point away from that 130, guys. I would have given up at least once, maybe twice by now. Creed's exact words are, if you haven't wanted to quit yet, you will, and soon. Ah, that's funny. Listen, trading, guys, as great as it is, it plays a huge emotional, psychological toll on us, right? And it does sometimes. If we're on a win streak, we're doing great. 2-week win streak, 3-week win streak, we're killing it. We're getting payouts, we're doing consistent. And then, boom, one day comes and it just shatters you. You blow your account, you lose a week's worth of profit, whatever the case may be. And it makes you feel slum, it makes you down in the dumps, it makes you want to quit. And that's what trading does. That's the emotional factor when it comes to day trading, especially day trading. Not so much investing, long-term investing, but day trading, because it requires us to be cool, calm, and collective, manage our risks. It requires a lot of steps, and each step has to be followed. Once you start going against one of your rules, the rest of your rules fall out the window. Gotta keep plugging in. Yo, what's up, Fairchild? Good morning, bro. Good morning, good morning. Just a simple country trader trying to make strike in middle class. Yo, you got it, man. You got it. Did we hit 30? I think we did hit 30 up here. We hit 30, right? Look. So look, we filled this ask, filled it right here with this bubble, and then we rejected from there for a little bit. So we can look to see. Yes. Low volume-ish node. Not even the strongest low volume node, between 62 and 65. 62, 65. Right over here. It's probably a 1 minute fair value gap. Nope, 1 minute inverse fair value gap. But who the hell trades that? Get out of here if you do. No, I'm just kidding. Listen, guys, I make jokes, but the reality of trading is that it doesn't matter your system. All that matters is you follow it. All that matters is you have structure to it. You have rules you follow. You have a system in place. Once you try to start day trading, you're a week in, you're a day in, you're 6 months in, you're a year in, whatever the case may be, wherever you are in your trading, your goal shouldn't be, how can I make money? The money will come, guys. That's the whole point of learning how to trade. The money will come. Your goal should be, how can I minimize my risk, which means how can I minimize my losses? How can I read the market sufficiently, where day in and day out, I'm getting the bias correct? And how can I just overall get better 1% every day? And that's sort of where we take our trading from, guys. And that's our mindset as traders, whether you're a week in, 20 years in, every day we come in to learn and earn. If it works for you and consistently, then who is anyone to say that it doesn't work? That's facts, Kyle. That is facts. Dude, I love it. My strategies, I pet my dog. No, I'm just kidding. I pet my dog and then I look at my cat and then I go punt my goldfish. Gold. This is why we stayed away from oil, guys, right? We were very smart to stay away from oil because we were waiting for that 30-minute order block to form over here. And instead of jumping the gun, we had like 10 minutes left and it was looking like it was closing green. But instead, we had 3 minutes left and we started selling off. So glad we stayed out of oil. ES and NQ, those have been the ones with the momentum today. Really want to see the weighted index down here. We're rejecting that previous day high right now, but we're squeezing on it. Now, usually when we reject the supply zone, we get a strong move from it. Right now, we're sort of squeezing on it, and we see that we're squeezing because price is getting tighter. Like that. Price is getting tighter and tighter. Oh, this reminds me, guys. I'm working on a cool PDF downloadable book for you guys. It's going to be like 20 pages long, sort of like a beginner's guide to day trading. It's going to go over different economic macro events that make an impact, how to read a chart, some candlestick basics, and how to put together strong structure. Like I've been saying, it's going to be real cheap. Bullishbrs members, I'll probably send it there's a good chance I'll send it for free for you guys. But other than that, make like 20 bucks or something. Just to keep it cheap, just to keep people coming and going. And it's helpful. It's real strong. It's real good. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll show you. I'll give you guys a sneak peek. Alright, here's ES pulling back into that low volume area. So I'd like to see if ES could find some support here. NASDAQ also came into a key level, which I'd like to find some support. Check it out. Personal guide to successful trading. Welcome. What candlesticks represent. Different price patterns. Economic events. How they move. What they move. Pre-market checklist. Pre-trade checklist. Building a routine. Trading resources. Really trying to stack this up for you guys. I'm working on reserve evals now since Kevin... Hey, get it, bro. Get it, man. Get it, man. You've been killing it this past month. You killed it. You gotta congratulate yourself. Gotta give yourself a little pat on the back. Gotta reward yourself, guys. Something, too, to help psychologically when it comes to trading and building confidence is sort of rewarding yourself for following your rules. Now, even if you follow your rules and you have a losing day, but you stay within your max daily loss, reward yourself. Doesn't matter if, and again, this is going to sound stupid, let's say somebody really enjoys going for a walk. Give yourself a nice long walk. Let's say somebody's a smoker. Have a cigarette. Whatever the case may be. Sort of think of it like when we're training pets, we train any animal, lions, dogs, cats, bears. You train them with treats, right? Because you're rewarding them for good behavior. Because what it does is it psychologically implants in our brains as animals, as humans, to say, hey, listen, if I follow my rules, I'm going to be rewarded. Now, you're not going to constantly think that because we're not dogs, but that will be in the back of your mind. So when you go to break a rule, there will be a little bit of a switch in you that says, wait a minute, no, I can't do this. That's not right. That's not right. Do the Pavlov? What's that? I want to see NASDAQ hold this area right here. But we do have some aggressive sellers at this 22,090, so I do want to see us hold it, but we'll be patient off that. Heads up, gold flipped. What do you mean it flipped? It's been bullish. What? Huh? Didn't I post gold in here? I thought I posted gold in here. Probably posted in the other channel. There we go, a little NASDAQ pullback right there. Ooh, look at that. That's why I don't like going long in supply, guys, right? This was a supply zone. This is an area. I'm going to pull up NASDAQ on the bigger chart right now. This red zone, now we're going to delete this 4 hour because we broke that. But look, this supply zone we created on Tuesday, we rejected it Wednesday, Thursday was a holiday, and now we're rejecting it again on Friday. Now the question is, right now when we got our rejection on Wednesday, we rejected and we pushed about 200 points. The question is, we just made a new higher high off of the supply, so we want to make a new higher low off of a key level now. And now the next zone I'll be watching is this imbalance down here, around 21,961. Yo, good morning, Gene. Good morning, good morning. How's it going, man? Let's see if we got any news. Did anything come out? Anything of significance? Nope, and nope. Let's see. Update first. Canada's retail sale up in April, likely to post big drop in May. Okay. Really, again, nothing of significance at the moment. So right now we're just waiting. We're letting the market react. We're not forcing anything. Old science experiment on behavior condition, Pavlov's dog. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I'm going to look that up, man. I like that. I like having some type of research behind whatever it is I try to teach. Good, been taking it easy. Good stuff, Gene. Good. Let's see. Pavlov's dog. Refers to famous experiment, Russian psychology. It's always Russia. Always Russia with these experiments. While training a dog to salivate at the sound of a bell by associating it with presentation of food, the association where a neutral stimulus, the bell, becomes associated. I feel like there's also a show. Oh yeah, I don't know if anybody here watched The Office years and years ago. I feel like everybody has to watch The Office at some point. But I don't even know their names anymore. That's how long it's been. Alright, strong area of support down here, 22,045. This was major support this morning pre-market. Look at this, guys. This was resistance. We broke it. This is where I'd like to see us hold. If we don't hold this point, then I do think we make our way back lower for a little bit. But remember, it is quad witching week, which means there's a good chance that we're range bound. Yeah, you love The Office? Cool stuff, man. They had an episode where, oh my god, what's his name? The guy with the glasses, and then the other guy. I don't even know, dude. But he was just messing with them, and every time he clicked a button or something, he'd give the other guy a mint. And he did that for like a week, up until the point he stopped giving him mints, and he would still do the click. And then the guy put his hand out once he clicked it, like, yo, where's my mint? Because psychologically, every time he did that, got a mint. And again, this is just little ways we could sort of help train our brains. And trading, guys, really is 80%, I would say 90% psychology. We could Dwight, that's it. Thank you, Fairchild. Dwight and, just can't remember that other guy. You know why? Because it's not as important as trading. Damn, yo, look at this, guys. Gold is killing it right towards that open price. Classic Pavlov. Dude, I'm gonna put that Pavlov in that trading book that I'm putting together. Like an example of why our psychology is so important and how to train ourselves. Put Pavlov. Pavlov's dog experiment. Cool, dude. That's cool, man. Alright, we're trying to hold that 45 area on NASDAQ here, guys. Look at this, guys. We're trying hard, but these sellers are stronger. Look at that, trying to break us through. There's that break below. Now, the question is, do we have volume to continue lower? Here's our RTH volume profile. So right now, we're hitting price levels we haven't seen during our regular trading hours yet. So don't go short at these lows. We would much rather wait for a pullback and short some type of pullback. We have a minute 20 left for the 5 minutes to close. If we do create this fair value gap right here, guys, this might be our new re-entry. I might even look to see if we want to come retest the supply zone one more time and then get our short entry. And the reason for that would be if we're able to pull back and break this fair value gap by a tick, I know that's going to be stopping out a lot of retail traders. What institutions look for and try to find is where those institutions and where those retail traders are getting stopped out of. Now, of course, They're not looking for your specific stop loss. They're looking for a mass, right? Where's there a majority of stop loss? They have tools. They have things that they can use in their favor to spot those. Look at that, guys. This is why I said don't go short at these lows up here. We had a low volume down here. We have not traded into this level yet. Awesome, guys. Guys, don't forget, if you're here in the Bullish Bears community, Signet is going live today at 2 p.m. Eastern. Topic requests, looking for content involved in learning about which stocks to look at and add to my watch list, how to conduct effective research, and how to conduct fundamental and or technical analysis. That's going to be a really good one, guys. Definitely recommend you all join that, and hopefully he records that and posts that to YouTube as well. Damn, gold. Still going. That's why I like to use open price as a great key level, treasury bond buyback, and quantitative easing. Yo, Kyle, you think you're cool? You think you're cool because you know all this stuff and you're paying everything off with trading? Well, you are cool, Kyle. Coolest out there. Alright, this is gold. Gold's really not giving us much entry-wise. We're looking at the 15 right here. We just sort of been rallying. 30-minute did give us that 45, 90, 1 hour. It was the hourly that gave us that basing. Remember, guys, 4-hour closes now in 5 minutes. Learned it all from you. Yup. Yo, I love it, man. I love it. Teamwork and community. Let's check gold on Bookmap. I bet it looks crazy strong. Alright, check this out, guys. This was resistance. Oh, we broke it already. It became support. We do have a couple strong passive bids down here. Around 33.80, 33.81. That's right near that previous day low. That would be a possible re-entry on gold. But the way this momentum's been, we might not get that pullback. Looks like it wants to just run right up to that 33.90. Yeah, look at that, guys. Gold just rallying. Any headlines? Nope. We could check, let's see, home. Gold. Breaking short-term bullish trends, blah, blah, blah. Risk off, it's neutral. Argentina government signals even deeper fiscal cuts ahead. Again, nothing to do with us, nothing that's going to impact our economy. Gold continuing higher. Again, guys, I was looking for gold to rally today for this daily to close very strong green, because that's also going to help our weekly candle push back higher as well. Really looking for a nice trend on gold going into next week, guys. A nice bullish trend on gold going into next week. So, guys, hear me out, right? My technical analysis on gold right now, overall, is getting very bullish. Now, we rejected this supply zone. This isn't really a supply, this is just an area of resistance. Once, twice, 3 times. Something I want to point out is third time we rejected it, we did not have as strong as a sell-off. This first time we rejected it, 305 points. The second time, well, we already started wicking around 70 to 80 points. So max this one really moved was a little over 100. If we can make our way back up to the supply zone or this area of resistance, then what we're going to be doing is squeezing into it, and we might be able to see a strong pop higher. And if we can get that, then that means on the daily time frame, we're most likely going to get a very nice strong trend on gold, almost like something we saw over here. And gold might be able to target maybe highs of 3,600, new all-time highs on gold. Now, because my technical analysis is lining up very bullish on gold, as crazy as it sounds, I would want to see if the economic and global analysis of what's going on lines up in the same direction as that. So because my technical analysis is lining up possibly very strong bullish on gold, if we hear some type of US is joining the war, US is doing this, Israel and Iran are doing that, that's going to line up with my technicals, and everything's going to line up a lot nicer. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Check out this bid on gold right here. So this was a strong bid at 52, but we're getting close to it, and they pulled it, so it's no longer a passive buyer. Look at that. NASDAQ's trying to continue lower. We can take a look at our weighted index too, guys. Remember, I was looking for our weighted index to squeeze off that previous session high, and it did that. It pushed lower, though. Look at that selling pressure. Boom, right to 22,010. A lot of people trying to short this sell-off right here. Let's see if we want to pull back. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday, June 20th. It is quad witching weeks, so let's be a little careful on this. I wanted to see if gold wanted to pull back towards 33.80. It's pulling back real strong right now. $33.80 possible pullback. $33.80 possible pullback. That's also near like 81. Possible support. We'll call it possible support. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. ES right now, guys, this green level I had was an area of resistance, and now that we're above it, could be working as support. NASDAQ did have weakness. Weighted index looking like it's ready to sell off again. Look at this, guys. Microsoft, new low of day. NVIDIA's trying to move lower. Look at this, guys. NVIDIA, my key level, we hit it. We went above it by 2 cents and rejected back lower. All those trapped buyers up there having a tough time right now. Amazon, new low a day. Apple struggling at new high a days. Equities are pretty weak at the moment, guys. We rejected that supply zone with strength. With oil here. Oil playing off pretty well. Off the 73 in this open price. Let's see. Look at the weighted index is still pushing lower, so I wouldn't look for any longs on the ES or on Q right now. Guys, if you ever want to see anything, let me know. If I'm on Bookmap for a while on gold or something and you want to see what NASDAQ looks like, drop a comment, drop something in the chat, let me know and I got you. So something I'd point out here, guys, is we don't really have much resistance above us on ES. So I'd be careful worrying that we're going to be range bound. That yes, it looks like we're selling off right now, but could we just pull back at any point? And the answer to that usually is yes. But we don't want to fight this little bear trend either. So my opinion, I'm going to sort of be a little patient here. Do you take requests for high-level tech analysis on specific tickers during the... Yeah, of course, dude. Absolutely. Yeah, if you want to see a specific stock, you want me to do some analysis on it, I got you. Absolutely. I know a big one we were watching recently was Palantir. Yeah, you got it. Let me know. Let me know what stock you want, and I'll cover it. I got you. My analysis... I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but it's pretty clean. Here, this is what we were looking for on Palantir. I was looking for, and I'll pull up one more time. This was in the watch list tab here in our community. I should have put it in the swing trade or the trade alerts tab. But Palantir, I posted on 6/10 before we had the breakout. I posted it on this day right here. Said I want to see a break above this 136, this area of resistance. I want to see us retest it, hold as support, and make our way towards 150. What happened? We broke it, we retested it as support, and we're trying to make our way towards that 150. Yeah, Signet's right too. You know, if you put it in the chat, you could also get maybe Signet's opinion on it as well. But yeah, let me know. I always got you guys. Always looking to help wherever. No, E. Marcel, I'm not going to look at the one you requested. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Let's see. VIX is pushing higher, which is bearish. ASTS. Is that what you said? No. ASTS. That is what you said. I just typed it wrong. Ooh, look at this. That's a nice one. Daily time frame. Ooh, this one's clean. Where's our volume? And volume picked up on that breakout too. That is beautiful. ASTS flying right now. Great call on that. From when this volume picked up, let's say we saw that volume, that breakout candle, and we got in on that next day. Still looking at 68% return on that. That is insanity right there. Who was that? E. Marcel, man, great call on that. Is this something that you're currently in? That thing is flying. Even today, you wish. Even today, it's up over 6%. Now, guys, a trick for anybody here that does trade options or does trade stocks, a trick to see what's got the most relative strength, and I covered this with somebody the other day too, and they understood that, you know, we want to look by a percentage, because when we look at percentage, we're not looking at the dollar change. So when we have a watch list, now when I used to trade options on large cap, I loved it. And when I would look at the change percentage. So whichever one has the strongest change percentage, if it's in the same direction. So let's say the ES and NQ were bullish, I'd be looking for whichever one has the strongest change percentage. In this case, today would be either AMD or Apple. Why is AMD flying so strong today? What in the world? And if that's the case, I would take calls on AMD. If we were bearish today, which we are sort of trying to push more bearish, I'd look for whatever has the strongest negative percent change. In today's case, it would be Amazon. And look at that easy bear trend we had on Amazon while NASDAQ was rejecting supply. So it's really, I don't want to say it's an easier trend trade when it comes to equities, but once you're able to find your support and resistance on ES and NQ and find general direction and use that percentage change for relative strength, it really does get a lot more simple for you, and it does give you a bit more clarity. I got a small allocation of quantum names. Nice. Hold some shares of leaps. Whoa. Your interest in your team's opinion beyond that sector and the names you might be bullish on. That's a good question. Hey, what's up, No Limit? Thank you. I appreciate that. Don't forget, hit that like and hit that subscribe. I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on YouTube. Wednesdays, I'd say those were because of Benzinga. I'm live on Benzinga Wednesdays at 11:30 for Futures Fever, so I like to promote that on Wednesdays. Time frame do I trade on? So I like to trade on the 5-minute time frame. I do not go lower than the 5, but I also use, this is a tool called Bookmap. So I like to use Bookmap for my order entry, but using the 5-minute as my entry candles and entry time frame, it sort of helps me to see like the higher time frame of the 30-minute, hourly. Like that's where I find my strongest support and resistance zones. Is there a place I can get a stock abbreviation? I can start learning to remember those stocks. I'm sure there's somewhere. Even if you ask, hey Gene, if you have like a ChatGPT, which is free, if you look up ChatGPT and it'll have you log into your Google, you could ask it and say, can you give me a list? And let's see, I'll actually do it as an example, and we'll see if it works. And we'll say, could you give me a list of large cap stocks? Please give me. Gotta say please to AI or else they'll kill you in your sleep. I mean, no, I'm just kidding. Can you please give me a list of large cap stocks, their name, and their ticker, so I can start to remember them. so I could study them. And we'll see how that plays out. Now, hopefully, what it does, it'll give you like Apple, Microsoft, Microsoft. Here's a list of large cap stocks, companies over 10 billion. Sectors, look at this, perfect. If you want, Gene, I'll take a screenshot of this and I'll send it right on over. Salesforce, CRM, Adobe. I mean, this really hit a pretty strong list. Look at this. It's given us different sectors, tech sector, healthcare sector, energy sector, consumer. This is cool, man. This is cool. Gene, what I'll do is I'll have AI put this into a document and I'll send it right on over to you. Now you can tell it, can you put this in a downloadable PDF? And apparently enter does not send it. Yo, you got it. You got it, man. I'll get that over to you in just a moment. Wow, dude, what a rejection of supply on ES up here. And this is also, guys, I want to point out, we pointed out NASDAQ rejected the supply zone we rejected on Wednesday. Now, look, this is Wednesday's price action, guys. We had FOMC this day, too. When we had, I'm going to delete this zone right here. This zone's not relevant anymore. This zone right up here, rejected it. FOMC came in at 2 o'clock. We wicked into it, rejected it again. We came into it again later that day, an hour and a half later, rejected it again. What happened today when we traded into it? Well, when we traded into it today, right at market open, everybody was hitting that buy button, and they got sold off on. So we want to make sure we find our supply and demand zone. It's very important because it also shows us where recent price has rejected or held. I was looking for oil to also pop today because I wanted oil on the daily to be bullish as well. Let's see. Oh, let me get that PDF. So, right, look, GPT made that PDF. I'm going to click it. Should download it. Look at that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now I'm going to send you that, or what I'll do is I'll drag it. Now, look, here's our Discord. Here's our download. Take it, drag it over, and there you go. Now you just click that and it should bring that up for you. Signet posted a screenshot of some quantum names too. Awesome, awesome, cool guys, very cool. Good teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work. And guys on YouTube, don't forget you could join our community at bullishbrs.com. I go live Monday through Friday. Also do some webinars sometimes. I do offer one-on-one coaching as well. Bullish Bears members get a nice little discount on that. And yeah. Yep. Always looking to help you guys find a little more success every day, right? That's our goal in trading. That's our goal as traders, to get 1% better every day. Because guess what? That compounds. Just like our trading compounds. Damn, bro, markets are boring and I'm getting hungry again. Markets love to do that to us. Get us bored, make us walk away to go grab something to eat, and then continue. I'm hoping Meta Microsoft work in-house and quantum computing steps in and acquires one of the smaller shops, D-Wave, etc. There you go. That's a thought. That's a real interesting thought on that. You know what I wanted to look at too also is what is it? It's like CoreWeave. This is one I looked at on when Nvidia had earnings. 170, 180? Oh my goodness. So I spoke about CoreWeave. CoreWeave is something that is in Nvidia's holdings. Now Nvidia, yes, is a company, but they also have a portfolio that's visible to all of us. This is something that they've been holding, and they're a top holding on NVIDIA. This is 80% of their portfolio. They were investors before they had their IPO, which means they could have gotten in at $30 a share, at $20 a share. So right now, for us to be trading at 180, NVIDIA's portfolio is looking at a 640% return. So for this company to be amazing and making great financial decisions in the sense of just, being ahead of the game in AI, now it's also great in an investment portfolio, right? So really got to dumb down and look at these companies and see how things are moving. And this is that's phenomenal. That is phenomenal. I gave it a 150 target. Clearly it blew through that. Let's see. Let's put our VIX back over here. When did I say volatility is up? Oh, right. Alright, so let's see. Certainty. Okay, so here's our VIX. VIX is at a key level 2. ESNQ. They're still making their way downtown, chopping their way right now. Weighted index is still moving lower. Good stuff. Hey, thank you, No Limit. I appreciate that. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's get oil back up here. Really not seeing much right now, guys. We had that sell-off from supply. Other than that, we haven't really had any good valid entry points, in my opinion. Nothing that really set up in my setup. The only entry I would have seen was possibly that short position in NASDAQ at the supply zone. Other than that, not seeing too much. Staying patient. Weighted index has been bearish. We opened really bullish on equities and then started to sell off. It is 10:17 right now. We can check the 4-hour time frame, see how the 4-hour closed. Now, guys, look at the 4-hour. 4-hour still, even though we pulled back, this is still a very strong 4-hour close on that last 4-hour candle on ES and NQ. So maybe this is still a pullback. A lot of traders thinking we got to go short here. For what? For them to get stopped out, for markets to reverse. So let's just wait and see where we want to trade off of from here. I'd much rather be a little patient and see if we can get a reversal here. Let's see, any economic changes? Nothing really major. Oh, I guess this would have been major for oil. Reserve Bank of India review. Oh, no, not that one. Where'd it go? EU abandons proposal to lower price cap on Russian oil to 45. And as we see, oil did give us a little bit of a reaction there. This oil reaction was giving us this 1 minute right here. And again, that's the same thing. This is, again, EU abandons proposal to lower price on Russia to 45. And we got that 3 minutes ago before we had the reaction. So that's pretty cool, guys. That's why news is really important, especially something like Market AI, where it gives you the headlines first. Now, when we get articles, articles are great, but articles tend to be delayed because somebody has to look at the headline that came out, do their research, and then write up a whole article on it. That takes time. And a headline like this, headlines come out, and then boom, we have the information right there really quickly. I was trapped in my perpetual DCA one in 60.75. The shorts looked good though. Let's see, 60. You wanted where? 60.75. 60.75. Oh, are you in long or short right now, Happy? Arctic is an interesting name to follow. Signet, if interested, QAS. They do quantum encryption. That's cool. So me personally, when I zoom out, looking at like a 4 hour, even a 2 hour, I think this is just a pullback. I do not think we want to sell off for the rest of the day. The question remains, where do we pull back to? Well, it seems like we've sort of found that. Waiting, guys, not much going on. It is 10:20. We could still be patient. It's only been about 50 minutes into market open. Only 50 minutes into market open. Guys, don't forget, follow me on Instagram. It's Kevin. Nope, not Kevin Futures. It's Trading with Kev. I'm going to be posting more articles, more reviews on things that come out on Market AI, as well as the article reviews on Benzinga. So let's say we get a really strong headline, it comes out on Market AI real quick. I'm going to cover that very quickly. If we get some type of strong article because we had CPI come out, PPI come out, whatever the case may be, I'm going to be covering that through Benzinga. Regardless, I want to try to be posting once or twice a day for you guys. Before I was posting every day, every other day. I'd much rather post every day or even twice a day, because that gives you guys the opportunity to stay even more ahead of the market. And of course, I do appreciate any likes, any comments, any shares. That is free support, and that is appreciated support. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is currently pulling back. Remember, I had that 33.81, 33.80 area for potential buyers. Something I'll point out is we do have a large lot tracker on that 33.81. So I want to see if that remains there. If we want to fill 33.81, there's 62 lots there. Large lot tracker is about, I'd say 50 to 60% of the way there. So about 30 to 35 lots of the 62 on gold is one trade. Now, sometimes what happens is it's a spoof order, like we saw on NASDAQ this morning. On NASDAQ this morning, I'll show you guys one more time for anybody who's just joining. NASDAQ this morning around, it was right near that, we'll find it. We'll follow the trail. Where was it? I want to say it was, no, it was a major level. There we go, right here. Check this out, guys. So right before price got to it, this was 603 lots, but with our large lot tracker is that little white line right there. It said for all 603 lots, 100% of them is one order. When I see that, you might think, oh, well, that's strong. This person's got a lot of confidence. Yes and no, because this person now controls all 600 lots on NASDAQ here. Even this one, all 400 lots. These might be spoof orders because that person could cancel those out very quickly. And yes, spoofing, I do believe technically illegal, but we do see it happen, and it does happen. So, and look at this, guys. Right when price got to it, again, 603 lots. Price comes a little close. Where are we? Price starts moving higher. This is when they pulled those orders. So that 600 pulled all of them. 9. That is crazy. Now, where are we currently trading? Well, we're down here at the moment. Yo, what's up, Gates? Good morning, bro. How's it going? How's it going? Look at that nice sell-off right there. There's that key level. This is that imbalance I mentioned earlier. On NQ, it's a 15-minute fair value gap. So we do have a little bit of an imbalance. Look at this bear flag we had on the weighted index. Look at that momentum to the downside. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. Yo, good morning. Done for the day. Nice, bro. Good stuff, man. Yo, you and, was it Kyle Clove? He killed it too. He's done. He had his monthly goal today. Super proud of that. Gates, man, you've been killing it too. I've been following you on Instagram and everything. Getting those payouts, consistent green days, couple grand days. I think, tell me if I'm wrong. Did you have a 15 grand day last week? And I know it's across multiple accounts, but did you? I thought I saw that. Damn, look at these sellers, man. Look, they pulled these orders here too on NASDAQ. Snagged the short on Wednesday's high, but was worried about all the big fair value gaps, so cut out early. Gotcha, nice. I know, you know what's funny? The fair value gap thing, I'm not a fan of them. You know, the reason is because when we do look at something like Edgeful, which gives us our statistic-based platform, Edgeful, and we look at our reports, we'll look at, let's see. Wow, look at this sell-off, guys. Sellers are crazy right now. But let's see. We'll keep it on ES report. We'll do gap fill. FVG. What do you mean no report? Oh, it's fair because it doesn't say FVG. But if we look at it, we have during our New York session 51% unmitigated. So it's a 50-50 on them, right? And this is also for a 15-minute time frame. So if we're looking at a 5-minute, we see that we probably have a 60% chance of mitigating them. Look at that, 65% chance mitigated. So 5-minute fair value gaps rarely work. Oh, you had a 16K week. Damn, Gates, all right. I've sized down this week so I can take full advantage of my R to R without worrying about windfall. That is amazing. Love to see it, love to hear it, absolutely. That's the man right there, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Gates Adams. Let's see, guys. We got some support coming down here on NASDAQ. We did make our way down to VWAP on ES and NQ. Now remember, looking back at that 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, guys, this doesn't close for 3.5 hours. Now, if I'm looking at the 4-hour right here, well, we sort of had our basing for a demand zone right there, and that's only if we have our basing, our impulse move, and then continuation. So I would look to see if this 4-hour somehow wants to turn around. Did you see what I just did? Did you see what I just did? Oh, wait, what'd you do? Oh, how you cut it early on this? Spend some... Oh, what'd you do? Where'd you post it? I'll go check it out. Did you get a big mural of me? No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Or send a picture. Let me see what you got. Oh, let's... Oh, yeah? No way. Yeah? Look at you, Gates. All right. We look good, we feel good, that's right. I know, dude, I used to have the long hair. Now it's short. It gotta be real, though. It looks a lot nicer now. Oh, what's going on, Happy? I'm sorry I missed your messages on there. Seeing where the break even would put me. I've been dip buying from the highs 2 days ago. Gotcha. Yeah, definitely got to be a little careful because remember, this point that we rejected up here is where we rejected on Wednesday 3 times that day. So this was a major area where sellers were very present. So when the market this morning, New York session opens, and we get a rally right into that zone, all the retail traders who are unaware of that supply zone go, oh, we're going bullish. We got to buy. Overnight's been bullish. Got to buy. And then what happens? Sure. Stopped out. Yo, Gates, if you want, I'll send it over. I'll send my hair over to you. I'll grow it out again and cut it again. So here we go. 15-minute fair value gap here on the ES. That's starting to hold. Gates, man, it's always good to hear from you. Always good to see you're doing good, man. Puts a smile on my face. You don't even know. And Kyle, you too, dude. Hitting that monthly goal. You guys should be proud of yourselves. Consistency is key. Following your rules, following your system. Again, I don't want to say it makes trading easy to follow your system and follow your rules, but it makes it a lot less emotional. When we have emotion out of the picture, it makes us see things a lot more clearly. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Always got to keep it positive, man. Even on a green day, even on a red day. Just, smile. Every day's a blessing. Every day's a lesson, right? And as long as we follow those rules, we limit our losses. We shouldn't be blowing our account in a single day. We shouldn't be blowing our account in a single trade. So let's see if this is the point that the ES wants to hold up. Check this out, guys. ES, we just had a volume increase here off of our VWAP level and this 15-minute fair value gap. This might be the point of support. We just retested the fair value gap. That's where I would consider a long stop loss sort of at that low to see if we might want to move higher from here. Even looking for a 2-to-1 on that. Gates, don't forget, drop yourself some socials. Drop yourself, I know you got your podcast and everything. Come on now, spread some love to it. Gates, guys. Gates is the host of the Trader Bacon Show on Benzinga. And he also hosts the Forge Trader podcast, which is a very good podcast. I'm just waiting for him to have me on, but that's fine, Gates. I am up on my paper trade. Oh, good job, Jane. Good job. Good work. What are you trading? What are you trading, and are you long or are you short? Would really need to see support here. If we don't see support here, there's a good chance we're in for another little bit of a leg down. You're in a long, all right. Let's be careful now. Go watch that stop loss. Make sure you long what? Cat. Oh man, isn't Signet funny? Ha ha ha. Hey Signet, try not to be a blank word to new members, thanks. Guys, as smart as Signet's a great guy. He's very intelligent, very smart. A little bit of a smart ass. I'll be real, I'm a little bit of a smart ass too, but I'm a little nicer about it sometimes. It depends. But depends who you ask. But always good to enjoy, guys. I think, Gene, what'd you take? ES, the NQ, micros, where are you at? There we go, guys. And look, this volume confirmation along with this zone. Gotta see if we can pull back from here. The way I prefer it. Oh, cool. Guys, Angel, Bullishbrs Angel, she works sort of on the back end. She said, we're close to working on an automatic Discord approval system that shouldn't have to manually give access anymore. Well, I sort of hope we could get rid of the bots too. But unfortunately, guys, I do mention that there are fake Kevin accounts out there because I want you guys to be aware of that. I'll never ask you guys to sign up for a specific broker. Never ask you guys if you want to copy trade. It's not how we do things around here. I'm here to help you guys become successful traders that can do it on your own, right? So you could say, okay, today maybe I'm not able to watch Kevin's stream, but I still want to trade. I want to watch my setups. I want to see you guys doing your own pre-market preps. I know my buddy, where is he? Odon. I don't think he's in here at the moment, but I was mentoring him for a few sessions, and what he did was he took my advice. He created a Discord channel for his journaling, and in that Discord channel, he has his pre-market plan, and he has his journal. And from there, he's able to put his pre-market plan in the mornings, journal his trades in the afternoons, and then from that point on, you could look back and say, okay, it seems like setup A worked a lot better for me than setup B, or vice versa. When you guys go live to talk about futures or options, Well, when I go live, I'm usually on futures. I know Signet, when Signet goes live, he's usually on stocks and options. I do believe he does futures as well, though. But he's a bit more flexible with looking at everything than me. Oh yeah, back to the whole bot thing, guys. If a fake Kevin messages you, you could also look to see if they have a mutual server and if they are in Bullishbrs too. A lot of times the fake Kevins will not be in Bullishbrs because if they were, we would just kick them out. So what they do is they join Bullishbrs. They'll even join as a monthly member or something, and then they'll create a separate Discord account. So they'll get their information from their regular account that doesn't look like a scam, and then use it on their other account. So very fishy. Very scammy, and unfortunately not much we can do at that point with it other than warn you guys and give you guys a little bit of a heads up. ES does not seem to be holding here. We got a lot of sellers starting to stack up here. I'd be careful, Gene, if you're still on that long, I'd be careful on that. Maybe keep an eye on your stop loss. New 5-minute just opened. Let's see, where's NASDAQ trading? NASDAQ's in a demand zone, but this 2-hour demand was broken overnight. We are, though, at previous session low on the weighted index. So, again, we're at some areas of support on ES and NQ. And we're also at a key level on the VIX. So, we got a lot of things sort of lining up here. Let's see. Gold's pulling back. Oil. Take a look at oil on the 15 real quick, see what's going on. We see a whole lot of chop, therefore there is no trade to be taken on oil. I wanted to see if gold could hold 33.80, 33.81. So look, gold's reacting to this big bid right here. It's 54 lots. It hit it, it held, but I want to see if we can move back lower towards that 33.81, 33.80. Yep, I'm paper trading. The worst that can happen is I lose a lot of paper. That's funny, man. Yep, no, that's true. That's true. Paper trading, you know, but the thing with paper trading too is you don't have the emotional attachment. Now, obviously, we don't want an emotional attachment to trading anyways, but when you really don't have that emotional attachment, then you don't have it's hard for you to build structure. It's hard for you to really follow your rules. So treat your paper accounts like it's a real account, right? If you're opening a paper account to practice, don't open a 100K account. Start something smaller, right? Be reasonable. Maybe do a $5,000 account, right? And risk $200 a trade and see if you could grow 5 to 10. Once you could do that, yes, then you keep that 10, see if you grow it to 20. But overall, I usually recommend people try a prop firm. Apex is usually my go-to recommendation for newer traders. They're much cheaper, and they do approve payouts. I know a lot of people complain and worry about their whole payout rules, but they pay out, guys. I know a lot of the 30% rule is a big complaint, but quite honestly, once you flip your account, you double your profit from your trail stop, the 30% rule turns into a 50% rule. We got some support here. 33.8160 held on whatchamacallit, on gold. Crude oil chopping. ES and NQ, they are holding. Look at that, guys, holding support here. I do think this is our turnaround point. Again, guys, I mentioned the 4-hour was looking like it wanted to go bullish. We're currently red on the 4-hour, so buying down here would be ideal. Looking for us to flip bullish. We still have 3 hours and 20 minutes for the 4-hour to close, which is plenty, more than plenty of time for it to flip back bullish. And if that's the case, guys, we could look to target a new high today, and this trade could be a nice little 5-to-1 risk to reward on that. So we'll keep an eye on it. We'll be patient. We'll wait and see. Cool, man. Yeah, definitely try an Apex account. I usually recommend people do like a 50K instead of Happy, that's funny. Happy said, is fake Kev profitable though? Remember just saying the fake Kevin's on Discord? Nah, fake Kevin's not profitable. That's why you don't want to talk to him. That's what makes him fake. We had VIX at a key level, we had ES at support, NQ at support, Weighted index at support. Guys, that's 4 confirmations. We always like to look for multiple confirmations, multiple confluences. That adds to our probabilities for our trades. Let's see. So here's that 60-40 area. That was a pretty strong ask. We had a lot of passive sellers up there. Maxed out profit on these evals, 50% consistency. If Kyle, if you're on an eval with Apex, you could hit profit target in 1 day if you wanted. There is no take profit trader, okay. We don't talk about other prop firms here, not while Gates is here. Me and Gates are gonna open up shop. Right, Gates? I hear you. I like the buying pressure. I like the volume spike that we had once we hit VWAP. Again, guys, it's looking like we might want to turn around here. The Kevin Gates firm. Yo, there we go. K&G. Alright, we got some resistance. We got some volatility kicking in here. Be careful. VIX is pushing lower off of a key level. This retrace here might... ooh, sellers stepping in strong. Let's see if we had any news or any articles, headlines that came in here. Hold up, I have 5,000 tabs open. I gotta find it. Headlines. 21 minutes ago. No, nothing headline-wise? Really? Wow, look at that sell-off. Sellers came in here. Sellers came in there. Let's see if they want to sweep that low. 21 minutes ago is the most recent news article we had. Headline, I should say. Apex 2 expensive, including activation fees in comparison. Really? What's TPT? How much is TPT? Because I know Apex, they have the 80% off sale right now. And they also have, what do they have? They had 80% off, and 1 day to pass, and, what's it called? 80% off, 1 day to pass. And the activation fees are also on sale, too. Apex is paid paper trade. Yeah, for the most part. Most of these prop firms are. No rules other than the daily drawdown. Okay, that's pretty cool, TPT. What platforms do they use? Do they use Tradeovate and stuff? Or they use Project X. You guys ever hear that Project X? All these prop firms going to Project X. Tradeovate, cool. I'm not going to mow the lawn either. What is Jeremy talking about? Didn't we mentioned that earlier? Somebody said something about mowing the lawn. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's see. So no new reports. Nothing new there. Markets are pretty bearish at the moment. Pulled back at least. U.S. prepares action targeting allies' chip plant in China. Ooh. Just got that notification. See if that came up under headlines. Is it not loading? Maybe I gotta refresh. Nope, nothing new right now. Alright, brother, gotta get moving. Yeah, no, those fair value gaps did not do much today, Gates. We just ran right through them. But yo, good having you in here, man. Always good speaking to you. Always good talking to you. Always good to see you doing well, bro. Keep it up. Let's see. Always, let's see. Always, yes, sir. I'll talk to you later, man. Be good. '80s and '90s for the... Oh, man. I know, it's like 90 over here, too. Oh, no, good. It's 80 today. Yesterday, dude, it was like 96. I'm in New York. It's too hot. Alright, let's see. Gold held at 33.81. That's why I like to use, guys. I love to use Bookmap for these bids and these asks to see where there are stronger orders getting filled, right? Because I want to get filled with those stronger orders because those are the orders that do move markets, right? We don't move markets personally. If we're trading 2 contracts, 10 contracts even, we're not moving markets. It's these large orders that we see that we're able to spot with Bookmap that give us the advantage to say, hey, look, there's a large lot here. There's a large this there, whatever the case may be. So we're a bike park this week. Florida's 87. Oof, hot. We're as hot as our win streak lately. No, I'm just kidding. We're as hot as the market. Again, we do have support here. VIX just had a very strong spike higher. Alright, let's see. Alright, let's see, guys. Sellers are still active. Gold ended up pulling back. Let's see. I wanted to see how gold reacted to 33.80. But you see how before 33.80 was 81 lots. Now that we're getting closer, time has passed. It's 31 lots. It's a lot weaker now. So I'm losing a little more faith in that long position on gold off of that 33.81. Something I will mention though when we do our technical analysis portion on the 5-minute here is we have our range. Range high. And now we have our new range low down here. We see that this is the bottom. We've been double bottoming over here. So if we could get a break below that double bottom, a lot of traders are going to try to take that break down. What happens when a lot of retail tries to take one direction of a breakout or breakdown? Markets tend to like to react or reverse from there, right? That's our manipulation leg. So that's something I would be interested in on gold. Oil did not give us our setup. We were looking for us to scale above 74.08, 74.27, and reclaim 74.20 for a long entry targeting new high of day. This isn't even guys, this isn't even previous day high. This is pre-market high. Oh, actually, 11:30 a.m. I guess it technically would be previous day high because of the way futures were. But we'll keep an eye. Let's see. Alright, guys, let's see what's crack-a-lackin'. VIX moving up. VIX moving higher is, of course, a bearish sentiment on ES and NQ. We can take a look at ES. Next level of support on ES is 60.20. So if you were in shorts, that would be our target, is around 60.20. NASDAQ moving towards this 4-hour demand that I was watching at 21,840. Excuse me while my trading view glitches out. We use a bike with no pedals. Pump momentum. What is that? Yo, you got a picture of that? Pump momentum bike. Interesting. Yo, YouTube guys, don't forget, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I do appreciate you all. I go live on YouTube usually Mondays and Fridays. Sometimes I go live on Wednesdays as well to help promote my show on Benzinga. It's Futures Fever, sponsored by Apex Trader Funding. Go over what is Apex Trader Funding, how you could profit with a prop firm, and I usually do have Peter Tuchman and David Green on. The past few weeks, I haven't had them on. They've been working with some stuff with Apex, but they should be back soon. That's at Gene. That's at 11:30 a.m. Eastern every Wednesday. So 11:30 to 12:30 is your favorite show, Futures Fever. Get that futures, get that fever going, because we go over some good stuff. We go over trade setups. We go over different strategies sometimes. Anything that has to do with current market conditions. Pump track for bikes is a closed loop of rollers and berms designed by ridden pumping, using body weight to generate speed rather than pedaling. It's a fun engagement. That's pretty cool. I'd have to see one of those. What is it, a pump track bike? Pump. Oh, that's Jeremy sending something. Pump track bike? This? No, it's a BMX bike. Oh, it's a normal bike. Oh, just with the pedals removed. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So how do you move it? Jeremy's talking about bike trails right now. That's not technical analysis. It's alright, guys. You know why? Because it's 10:50 now. Markets have given us a beautiful move to the downside. I personally haven't seen any valid entry points. I suppose, looking back, if we check this out here, 60.30 on ES was a level of support. 60.30 right here. This was near VWAP. Then we broke it right here. But even the retest, we broke above it to 75. So it's like, again, the trade criteria has been a little weak. Right here would have been a good retrace to 60.30 because it was passive buyers when we were above it. Then we had some passive sellers when we were below it. But again, it's obviously a downtrend day today off of that supply zone. Usually supply, demand, those are my areas I'd like to enter. So I'd look for confirmation up there. Because we're so extended from them now and we're even entering areas of support, I would not be looking for any more shorts at this point. No, Kyle, you're not hunting for NQ and ES longs on your personal account, or I'll come over there and kick your butt. You said you were done for the month because you hit your monthly goal. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take that to your prop firm. Do not touch your profits. Guys, I'm telling you guys, prop firms are such a blessing. When I first started trading about 6 years ago, they weren't around. They definitely weren't around as much as they're around now. They just started getting popular around 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago. Not even 4, about 2, 3 years ago. Apex has paid out over $500 million in payouts since 2022. It's 2025 right now. It's 3 years. When people would get started with trading, they'd have two choices: paper trade or risk your own capital. Prop firms give us the opportunity to paper trade with the opportunity of taking payouts and risking very, very little of our own personal capital. And that's what makes them so superior in the long run when it comes to looking for profits and when it comes to looking for building consistency in your trading. So we just hit that previous day low on ES here. Now remember, guys, previous day low, previous day high, and open price. These are the three main key levels I like to keep an eye on, along with VWAP and supply and demand. See, this is why I should have ran immediately. Dude, yo, Kyle, you better not be in a trade. Stop out right now. Please don't be in any trades. Yeah, up 3,700 this month. That's fantastic. Your monthly goal is what, 35? That 37 was just today? What? Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy, Kyle. Man, congratulations, dude. Sounds like you're killing it lately. Absolutely, dude. That's amazing. Last night I got... Bro, if that 30... What's your monthly goal then? 20 maybe? I see them advertise on Craigslist Apex job. Really? Probably customer service types of jobs. They really upped their customer service. Like, if you have an issue with Apex and you email them, they get back to you super quick. Still no major headlines. Take a look at our headlines right over here. Last major headline was 33 minutes ago. U.S. Supreme Court rules in favor of a bid by fuel producers and industry groups to revive challenge to California standards for vehicle emissions and electric cars. So we could watch Tesla for that, but Tesla did not really have that big of a move off of that. Let's see. Move that back over here. Guys, YouTube, what's going on, everybody? Hope you're all doing good today. Happy Friday. It is June 20th. Hope you're all doing great this week. What a short that would have been. I know, right? The short that would have, could have, should have been. That's why I like my supply and demand zones, guys. They're very accurate. They're very clean. And it really does require us and force us to be very patient. Yo, YouTube guys, don't forget, hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you subscribe, I do go live Monday, Wednesday, Friday for our YouTube community, and I go live Monday through Friday here at our paid community at Bullishbrs.com. You get access to our Discord community, and we do pre-market preps from 8:30 to 11 every day. It's pre-market prep and live trading. I know this week, the past few days, I've been sitting in paper. I really haven't been seeing too many good setups. And when that happens, guys, we just got to listen to ourselves, listen to our setup, listen to our system, and listen to the markets.
Tell me, I have a friend that says,
oh my goodness. Hold up 1 second, guys. All right, let's see. YouTube, you guys get a little show.
Right.
He ran from me. I was going to show you guys the kitten. But he dipped. He was like, nah, I'm good. It's fine, leave it, please. I'm wrapping up soon. Thank you.
Do you need anything?
Alright, let's see, guys. Look at the support 60-15 holding up on ES here. But something to mention, guys. Yes, it looks like we have support here, but what has been happening all day today? It's been looking like we have support, and then we fail. Looking like we got support, and then we fail. So until we get proof that we are finding support, we are starting to hold, there is no trade here. Don't lose your little money. Really working on my over trading. Went from hundreds of trades a day to 3 to 5 max. Dude, that's awesome, Kyle. Monthly goal's 10K, but I started with the monthly goal of 1K 8 months ago and have been slowly raising it. Kyle, man, that is phenomenal. That's exactly what we have to do as traders. Our goal isn't just to be consistent and limit our losses, but our goal, short-term goal, is to give ourselves short-term goals, right? My monthly goal is $1,000. Well, if there's 20 trading days in a month, well, that would be what, $500 a day? Let's see, $1,000 divided by 20. $50 a day, very reasonable, very doable. And then again, if you're risking $20 a trade, $25 to make $50, that's stress-free environment right there. You're not going to stress over losing $25, but when you slowly start to grow, you'll see that consistency. Then you move it up to $2,000, then you're making $100 a day. And again, that's on average. All right, let's see. Got anything going on right now? We do have some demand on NASDAQ. We haven't hit demand yet on ES, but remember, guys, these demand zones were demolished overnight. They were broken through, no problem. YouTube, make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe for sure. Appreciate you all. And we're probably going to be wrapping up the stream in just a minute here, guys. If anybody's got any questions, please let me know. We've seen VIX has been trying to move higher today as well, which is a bearish sentiment too. Really clean supply zones up here, finding those tops. ES held, gold held those lows around 33.80 and is trying to move up. Oil chopping around. Guys, oil's a fantastic example today of why we create our setups, right? My setup on oil is waiting for a break above this blue zone to go long, or I was waiting for this demand zone to go long. It's been in the middle of them, so it's in the middle of nowhere, so there's no trades to be taken. I'm not trying to chase every move I see. Same with gold. Gold was just a beautiful rally this morning. Really, I don't want to say I called the bottom on gold, because I was looking for this demand zone to be hit one more time, and we came so close to it and rejected back higher. But that was part of my trade plan this morning, guys. Looking at our watch list, I mentioned how gold was looking good because of the uncertainty in the economy. So we scroll down, so wherever gold has been in a downtrend for the past 4 or 5 trading sessions. However, because of the uncertainty in the economy and in the global economy, a lot of people are going to rush into a safe haven like gold. It's exactly what we got today, guys. Now, that along with us having a choppy move lower, look how this is the past, let's see, where's Monday? This is Tuesday, this is Monday. We pushed lower, and since then, look how range bound we've been. So we've been chopping our way lower, and that could lead to a short squeeze. Everybody trying to take these shorts every time we dip, and then we squeeze back higher. It is Friday, so Monday through Thursday short squeeze leading into a Friday pump. That is something that happens very often in the market. YouTube guys, before I wrap it up, make sure you hit that like, make sure you hit that subscribe, and go drop some likes on some of my recent posts. I got some shorts out there. Again, I like to keep you guys updated on what's going on in the economy, geopolitical, anything that has an influence on the market, because it is so important. It's important to have a strategy, it's important to have a system, but it's important to know what's going on behind the scenes, because our technical analysis could be spot on, but the second something comes out economically or some type of news, anything, that will impact us. So it's so important that we stay aware of that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the trading jury, hit that like button on YouTube. Discord, I appreciate you all for joining in today. Hope you all had a very great and educational day. If you didn't take any shorts on this downtrend or make any money on it, but at least learn something, that's what's most important. Again, guys, trading is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Nothing worth it is, right? Doctors got to go to school for almost 8 years, depending if they want to be a surgeon or what they want to practice. Lawyers, again, 4 to 6 to 8 years. Pharmacists, 4 to, I believe, 6 years. All of these high-paying professions call for a long time and a big investment. You know, they make a joke online, oh, you're a course seller. Well, here's a joke right back at you. You know who the biggest course sellers are? The executives of colleges. Those are some expensive courses. 80 grand courses right there for 4 years just to what? End up with no job, no experience, no nothing? Forget that. Learn something that you can make money with online. We're in a day and age where there's so many different things we could do online, whether we sell a digital product, whether we're learning to day trade, whatever the case may be, but we have to treat trading like it's our job. We have to treat it like we're our own boss and get a system and structure in place. Alright, YouTube, take care. I'm gonna see you later. Discord, always appreciate you guys. It's always a pleasure. If you guys ever have any questions, do not hesitate to shoot me a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Alright, take care, everybody. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Trading with Kev. Alright, later.